And welcome back to WW3 News. The usual shit you hear on the news. The Cloudflare cyber attack went a little bit under the radar, a little bit, played down. But mind you, this type of IT web server or service, whatever you call it, plays a vital role in the WW World Wide Web thingy bob. As you probably may know, globally speaking, the Cloudflare went down for 7 hours, and obviously disrupting various access to various websites which this company, runs. It comes to the vulnerability of the web. Going back to the film War Games, kid from high school managed to sneak in to a secret government computer which controls the nuclear triage of NORAD. There's been stories of people infiltrating government high-level security facilities regarding computers or servers. And it goes to show how vulnerable in the world of technology we live. We depend on everything which is on the web, basically. Anything which is run by computers, basically. And the fact is, obviously they're not going to say who done it. They know for sure, because obviously you have the best experts which money can buy there. Well, you never know. It could be foreign agents or some cyber terrorist organisation, or some homebrew creating a false flag event to justify them to attack another country. And like in this case, the Ukraine and Russian war is good excuse or good scapegoat to to start a war, because they need to start a war. And now it is your cyber blackout. Has a huge impact on modern society. They take down electricity, telecommunications, and water supplies, which is essential for industrial and domestic use, and telecommunications as well, which we rely on heavily these days. Or was it just a dress rehearsal for a more bigger attack in a future war with a foreign power? Because now and then, you've probably heard in your own country and around the world, supermarkets don't accept credit cards because the line went down. There's disruptions of trains and planes because the timetable runs on computers. It's all controlled by computers. Air traffic control uses a great deal of technology as well, regarding the safety of these iron birds above us. And this is a lot more worse than a nuclear weapon detonated on one nation. The lights can go out for forever. Or computer virus probing itself. And now and then, as I mentioned, you hear stories of cyber outages it's just probing into the system. And when it's in the system, it spreads silently, it sleeps. And is activated when it's required. It's already there. In some remote server or some computer. And then afterwards, when it's needed, it'll be activated, bringing down society itself, our daily life, and a defence of a nation, depending on how heavily protected they are from these dangers. They're probably a bit more heavily protected, respecting us, our civil infrastructures, because the weak spot is civilian infrastructures regarding electricity, water, telecommunications, and so on. Because most victims, whatever the cause of the event, will just create panic and chaos and other things which are any type of disaster scenario, nuclear war, like I said, cyber attack, an EPM deployed in that area which knocks out everything. In America, the military think tanks presented to Congress a simulated situation. If one or two of these EPM devices were deployed above America, say we're talking about 300 kilometres up or so, it will, within 1 year, kill 90% of the people. Various causes: panic, chaos, collapse of society, illnesses, and so on. So they're not mentioning how vulnerable civilian infrastructure is regarding to military infrastructure from various type of attacks, especially cyber attacks. If they manage to get into a foreign powers defence system, especially it controls the nuclear triage of a superpower and it brings it down, it's a sitting duck. And how in vain you try to kick-start the system or find a fault, it's down. Sufficient enough time for the adversary or the enemy to attack. Another thing is, this pandemia was just really dress rehearsal for some more bigger to come, whatever it is, to test how the population react in certain situations. There are those who are complicit and there are those who are kicked back. Therefore, they know in certain parts of the world how to, how do you say, target a certain population, a certain country,